took him out one time, and we was wanting to look for a bear. I had a pin gun, a tear gas gun, and I wanted to see what one would do to shoot him with that thing. Well, we come to a big old bear, and he's all skinned up, looked like he'd been fighting. So I told Cat, I said, let me out here, and I jumped out before she got the car stopped. And I got out, and I got to thinking of that bear, and he made at me. He just coming at me like a dog was going to bite you. And this here pin gun, I kind of slow about shooting. It's like a bolt on a single shot 22, and I kept pulling and trying to get it cocked back where it could fire, and that bear was about to get me. And I looked for the car. I was going to make a run for it. Shit, went out the other 200 yards on out the road, and it was impossible for me to outrun him that far. So it was just depend on my pin gun or get eat up by a bear. Finally I got that thing to fire, and when I did, he turned the other way and leaped about 2 leaps. He stuck his head right down betwixt his four feet, and he was a surging for air. It looked like a balloon when it blowed up when he'd try to get his breath, and when he let it out, he drawed up to where you couldn't tell he had a bit of meat on his bone. So then I went on out. I hurried out there to get in the car. Still had a long ways to go. Got out there and got in that car, and I told her to leave out there. I was afraid the ranger would hear that gunfire. It went like a 38, and he'd search us. We had a real gun in the car, and so we left out of there. We didn't fool with that bear no more. But there was one time we hadn't had no bear meat in so long. I got hungry around here. It's good for my rheumatism, you know. And the Cleaston had a new truck. Come on, Paul.
This is the time Sandra went with y'all.
He built a big rack on the back of his truck with double walls. And we had to figure it out. We'd go up there and we'd put food in there. We'd leave that open. We'd let one get in there. Then we'd fasten him up and pull out with him. And so we did. We just barely got up there before dark. There's one come up there, and he went in the truck. We was going to shed him up, but when we went back to shed him up, well, we met him right in the nose. So we got out of it. we got out of his way and let him come on out, have his way. So he come out, he climbed a big tree, and he stayed up there a long time, and we didn't know then whether we was going to get any bear meat or not. So finally he come back down, and while he was up there, we had put our food up next to the cab of the truck where he'd have to get in there good where we'd have a chance to shed him up. Well, it worked that time. We was sitting in the truck, and we felt him leap up in the back. We could feel his weight, you know, sway the truck down. We went back there and we slammed that door. We got in that truck and we started, and the traffic was just making about 15 miles an hour up in there, so many people. We was going up that hill. Cleaston was wanting to try to pass them people, and we was scared too. We know that if we didn't wreck, a law would get us. See, we had that box there on the truck with no windows in it or nothing. And I said to Cleaston, my mouth's so dry I couldn't work up enough spit to wet a stick of gum to save my life. He said, mine is too. He said, I'm just as dry as you are. I'd give anything in the world for a drink of water. I said, don't stop here. It won't do this. To stop here and this bear in here, and he was beating the walls and the bellering back there. So we finally drug along, and we got on over to the village where you go into 19 to come back home. Highway patrol was out there. And they had just let one car out on the highway about every 10 minutes. And this bear was beating them walls and a growling. He was rocking the truck back and forth and letting out his clutch to try to disturb him so he wouldn't get away. But if we could have, we'd have gladly turned that son of a gun out and let him run on back to his place.
Well, wasn't it when Cat had to go to bed?
So we finally got over on 19. We didn't more get straightened out good till his wife began to want to stop for a bathroom, and it was a poor time to stop for a bathroom unless with that Barry in there and him not get away. Well, we had to stop with her, and it wasn't but a little while till BC's wife or whoever it was with him, they had to stop. We come on in home. We finally got home. When we got across the North Carolina line, I just felt like a bird had got out of the cage. We got in home here, and I was going to kill him with a .38. I wanted them to turn him out for me and just let me have him. But they wouldn't do that. But they did cut me out a hole in the side of the truck. I got that .38 and stuck her into that hole. When he got his side of his head turned around, I let him have it. Boom, and down he come. He give a big blake. I said, I've got him. Turn me in there. Let me stick him. I got him, started getting in there to stick him, and he got out. He got up. He come at me with his mouth open just like he was mad. And I fell back out of that truck, and they forced him back with a tailgate, and they lashed him up. I got back over to my hole again. I shot him 6 times. I'd knock him down every time. It didn't do no good, but I didn't get in there with him no more. Then Abe, he was here. He said, let me shoot on him a while, Paul. Now I give him a gun. The same thing happened with him. It hit him, but he couldn't kill him. Rickly Cleaston went to shooting on him. He shot him about 5 times. And by accident, he hit him in where his neck joins his head. He brought him down, and then we finished him up and dressed him. We had bear meat from there out. But we learned from there out not to never try to kill a bear unless you got something to kill him with. And the next morning we thought we'd shot his new truck just all to pieces. And we got in there, and there wasn't but the one bullet hole in that bear. There was no bullet hole in the truck nowhere. The bullets was laying in the bottom of the truck. And we've still got a count of that bear meat until this day. We're just keeping it for a memory.